Hi, it's me again. We're here at the Museum of Technology in Stockholm. Should we take a look inside?
Well, no one's here. Is there no entrance fee?
There's still a fee. You just have to buy your ticket online in these times, in order for the museum to control the amount of people inside. Let's start off on the main floor, floor 2, and follow the main track.
The first exhibition is about the planet Mars.
Before entering the exhibition, we need to put on one of these bands you used to wear in PE class.
What do you mean? In school?
Yeah, to tell the teams apart when you play sports.
Ah, smart.
However, this too is a temporary measure used in these COVID times for the staff to limit the amount of people inside each exhibition.
We chose a day and time where barely anyone is visiting the museum, but we'll put on the bands anyway.
That's called being a good citizen.
Sure.
This exhibition teaches you everything you could possibly need to know about the planet Mars. Since Mars will be the next planet we colonize, they have prototypes for what the habitats could look like. Outside the window, you can see your neighbors. Furniture would take up unnecessary space in the space shuttle, so as you can see, these chairs and tables are actually 3D printed.
Before we leave this exhibition, we get to put ourselves on the scale of how excited you are to move to Mars.
We prefer to stay on Earth for now.
Where you at, Earthlings?
This is my favorite room in the museum.
Are you sure you weren't hypnotized to think that?
This screen will draw what I'm thinking of. Oh, it must be broken. Moving on.
Here you can have hours of fun with some simple motion tracking. If you're a child, these basic algorithms don't impress me at all.
What does impress me, however, is the dude this shrine-looking thing is dedicated to. Christer Fuglesang, Sweden's first astronaut. If you would like to meet him in person, you can enroll in any of these courses at my old university, KTH, the Royal Institute of Technology. Christer is nowadays a professor and the director of the KTH Space Center.
Okay, let's get back to the museum.
We found this room with a bunch of old phones.
Wow, I've never seen them in real life before.
One of them is hooked up to a computer, so you can test how fast you will be at calling your mom in the early 1900s.
After a while, we found where everyone was hiding. A room full of physical games. We soon realized that we were the only adults that weren't there to let their kids tire themselves out. But that has never stopped us from having fun before.
Although they have a cafe in the museum, we didn't order anything after seeing the last customer. I think he's dead.
We then continue up to third floor. What first caught our attention was the Hyperhuman exhibition. This exhibition is all about the human senses and how they can be enhanced or compensated for. Most of the enhancements are those of necessity. But towards the end, it just got a bit ridiculous.
You can also take a virtual ride inside a self-driving car. Or let an AI guess your gender, age, and mood. It's all fun and games until you see yourself aging in real time.
On a parallel note to all these futuristic things, it's important to consider the impact of the human on the environment. That's why the museum has this section dedicated to the Anthropocene, which is basically the human era. With very pretty pictures, it highlights mining, pollution from factories and cars, and killing of elephants for their tusks.
The last thing on this floor, before we head up to the last floor, is this room dedicated to Christopher Polhem. He was a Swedish inventor in the mid-1600s to mid-1700s.
At the top floor of the Museum of Technology, we have the Play Beyond Play. There you will find old game consoles on display. And newer games and consoles available for trying out.
Unfortunately, all the virtual reality headsets are removed due to COVID-19. But we have our own VR games at home, so we're not too bummed out.
Whose child is this? Lost and found child? Anyone?
That concludes this video.
Thank you so much for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And comment down below if there's any other place you'd like to see.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.